We have here the 2024 Winspace Agile in a size large, weighing at 7.13 kilos and in pounds, 15 pounds, 13 ounces. Stay tuned after video where you're free to buy sun test on those Winspace Hyper D67 wheels right there. Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video, and today we have for you guys the brand new Winspace Agile frame set with a custom SRAM red group set built up on there with some Winspace Hyper D67 wheels. This thing came in right around 15 pounds, 13 ounces, and the price point on this thing is a little bit more than what the average China build is, but the Agile frame itself is $1,980. Their handlebar is $290. Their wheel set was $1,300, but I believe just got a bump up to $1,500. And then you have the group set of $4,600. So that brings you to a total price of, and it brings the bill to a total of about $8 grand for everything that you see here on this bike. Now, the customer chose everything he wanted for this bicycle. He picked out the frame himself, the handlebar, the group set, and the wheels. So it's exactly what that customer liked. He bought everything online and then brought it to our store to go ahead and build. Yes, even the group set itself, he bought himself, so he brought it to us. So it's everything to his liking for the builds on there. The Winspace Agile is their newest bike in the lineup for the Winspace series, and the Agile is known as their do-it-all bicycle with the ability of a little bit of a lightweight frame that also has their aerodynamic effects to it to make it a kind of do-it-all kind of type climber bicycle with some aerodynamics to it. It's a fully integrated cable bicycle with a fully integrated cockpit here as well. And it has some new features to it like the threaded T47 bottom bracket and also a nice wide tire clearance on there as well. The bicycle looks really, really good. The color point looks really, really good. And they also have like, I think 4 or 5 different colors you can choose from. So they did a really good job for the Winspace Agile on the relaunch. But like I said, this bicycle came in at $1,980 for the frame, whereas their old T1550 was around $1,600 for a frame set. So does the bicycle warrant that price tag? I've been riding the Winspace Agile myself for a long time. I really do like the bike. I have a different handlebar and I have different wheels in there. But I think what they did with this T whale fin on the back here itself, they said it adds aerodynamics. What I really think it comes to for those seat stays, they made that bike very compliant in the rear. It has a lot of comfort. You can see the seat stays are very low, so you have a little bit of a give on the back for where your seat is. So when you're doing those long rides on there, it is very, very absorbent and very comfortable. I really do like the geometry of this bicycle. The front end of it, they feel really stiff as well. It might play more attuned to my handlebars I have on mine because I have Far Sports, but they did a really good job of the head tube area to make this thing and reinforce it with a very stiff head tube. So for the sprints, and the wheel set they have is really nice too, but for the sprints, I really do like this bike. But without further ado, let me go through everything this customer chose upon here. I'll go through the details of this bicycle as well, talk about tire clearance and bottom bracket sizing as well, and hopefully you guys enjoy. So starting off with their handlebar in here, this is Winspace owned 0 SL handlebar. This is a 100 millimeter by a 42 millimeter handlebar on here. You can see it has their own Winspace logo because this is sold by them themselves. So this handlebar pairs perfectly with the spacers that come with this bike, which is very, very nice. With the frame, you do get your own headset and you do get your own steer plug as well for this, which is a token steer plug, which I found pretty weird, but you do get that included with the bike build as well. And these spacers right here are breakaway, so the cables are ran through the spacers and then into the handlebar, so it's a full, complete integrated bar and stem. But if you ever do want to go ahead and break away your spacers here and lower this stem piece by piece, you can without having to go ahead and re-bleed your brakes, which is always nice. Going to the front here, you have their Winspace logo right here and the Winspace logo right here. And then all the new Winspace Agiles kind of have this paint, like this cracking tile kind of look to it, or like this ice kind of look to it. Very, very nice. When I first saw the frame, I almost thought it was dented because of the look of it, but it's nice. It looks different. It looks like a cool little paint job in there, and they follow through on the blue as well, which is also really, really cool. Wheels on here are the Winspace D67 Loon Hypers. They just came out with their 3.0 wheels today. These are a little bit of their older versions, but still a great wheel. These wheels retail for $1,500 now. They are a full carbon fiber rim, carbon fiber spokes, and then their own Loon hubs as well. They have a ceramic bearing inside of there. The reason why they're called the D67s is because the front is a 60 front depth and the rear is a 68. These are my wheels of choice for Florida, and they do have kind of a nice little wide internal rim width on there. I believe they're 21 millimeter for the internal rim width on the channel. Phenomenal wheels, crazy stiff, very lightweight, and then a very aerodynamic wheel for a flat kind of terrain that you're choosing from. So I really like the choice for this build, and the deep dish aerodynamics of the wheels look very nice as well for South Florida. For the Winspace Agile, they kind of went with this flush seal for the through axle. A lot of bike companies are doing that. It just makes it look a little bit more high-end, a little bit more fancy. And for these bikes as well, for the Agile, they can fit up to a 700 by 32C tire in here, which is pretty much the normal now. But for some reason on the medium, they're saying that you can only fit up to a 28C on their website. I don't know what that's about. Myself, on my large, I have 28s. These are 28s as well. But yeah, I don't know why they say that for the medium. I have no idea. If someone could let me know, that'd be great. For the tires, the customer has Vittoria Corsa Pros in a 700 by 28C. And then this front one's tubeless, whereas the rear is going to be TPU. He told me he just had an issue with the tire where it's plugged up and the hole's kind of big, so he's just running a tube in there for right now. Going on over to the other side, we have the brand new SRAM red front shifters on here and the whole group set itself. So you have the new elongated front shifter space on here. You have a very nice braking surface and a braking lever on here. Much more comfortable, much more canted out. I love the way these new hoods feel. Anyone who gets on these bicycles and gets to ride them in person now, they say, going from Shimano even, they're like, I wish Shimano had a feel like these do as well. The feel of them is great. Like the space, the feel, the engagement for the brakes, how much space you have underneath each lever. They really, really are nice. You even have these nice little side buttons now where you can kind of control if you want to mess with your Garmin maps or your rear derailleur in the back. That's always a nice plus, but the feel of the new shifters is phenomenal. You have a reach adjustment right here as well, and then you have your normal paddle shifting, which is always cool. Down to here, we have a 160mm rotor in the front, the new SRAM red. We have a through axle and then the SRAM red disc brake caliper right there. You have a Winspace logo going all the way down the frame, and then right there, that's that massive bottom bracket with the new T47 threaded BB, which I love to see. Winspace was known for having the BB86 press fit. Now they went to a little bit more of a reliable T47 with a threaded, and it is the inboard T47. They make two different versions. This one's flush against the frame, and they make an outboard T47 as well on different frames, which is always cool. The carbon fiber layup for this construction of this Agile frame is going to be a mixture of T800 and T1000, and that's pretty high-end carbon fiber construction. To give you guys an example, T1100 is what they use for the Pinarello Dogma F. So they're using a bunch of high-end carbon fibers to go ahead and make the layup of this frame set, which is always nice. You have the Agile name here. You have the Winspace Agile name here with reach and stack. You have the Winspace UCI approval frame. You have the adjustment for the seat post right here. Water bottle cage bolts here, 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 here. And then going down to the frame set, we have a SRAM red crank with a 172.5 crank arm, a 4835 tooth chain ring, a SRAM red front chain, and then they're also front derailleur as well, using the exact same battery as before. Going to the rear, we have on here a 1033 cassette with a SRAM red rear derailleur with the brand new pulley wheel that's now a 15 tooth instead of a 12 tooth. And the pulley wheels inside of the brand new SRAM red groups are always ceramic, so keep that in mind. But here you can get a better color. It goes from a white to a blue to like a seafoam green. Really cool colors, really, really nice. Again, the flush finish for the through axle. And then for the rear wheel, it's the big Hyper D67, which is a 68 depth wheel. And then you have the exact same tire as the front. They're 700 by 28C Corsa Pro. And then to this side right here, we have the brand new SRAM rotor with the blue lock ring, and then the through axle, and then the SRAM red disc brake caliper as well. Another thing I like that they did to these Winspace Agiles to kind of give it a premium touch and premium look to it is they made the seat posts match the color of the frame themselves. So I really do like to see the white logo with the white color frame. It makes it look like a whole different bike. I'm a big fan of the color seat posts. I know some people are or aren't. It's all preference at the end of the day, but I love the look of it. He also has on here a 3D printed saddle, which looks to be, I think, like an AliExpress saddle or a Chinese saddle, but it just says 3D ZRD, and then it has carbon fiber rails on here. And with this seat post as well, you can change it out for an alloy rail or a carbon fiber seat post clamp on there. So that's very, very cool. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this build. This is the Winspace Agile. This comes in at 15 pounds, 13 ounces. Weight retails for around $8,000 in a custom build up with a brand new SRAM red and cork power meter on there. Beautiful bike. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this build on here. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, here comes the free buy sound test on these Winspace D67s. Here we go. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.